So I don't, yeah, I'm just going to, because it's just an experiment. Can we do a little experiment? You can sit anywhere, you can do it however you want. This is a breathing experiment. So what you're going to do is just open your hands on each side, sit any way you like, and you're going to imagine on the inhale that you're taking the inhale from your left hand, right hand. Actually, I don't know if it matters, but one of your arms up all the way into the neck, and on the exhale, it comes all the way from the neck down, and you imagine it coming here, and then you just go back and forth, okay? So we're just going to practice this visualization. So Deb, I'll repeat again. On the inhale, I'm visualizing it coming from one hand up the shoulder, neck, and on the exhale, it's going down the shoulder into the hand, and then just repeat the other way. Let's do about 6 rounds. And you can close your eyes. You'll see why we're doing this. Last round. Breathe normally. So whether it works or not, 2 things are happening. One, you're working on matching imagination, image, with movement or with your body. But also more importantly, it's very similar to alternate nostril breathing, because as you focus on one side, that passage opens more, and as you focus on the other, that passage is emphasized more. So it's kind of an interesting one, and it's just something to think about. Lee, if you didn't know, we were inhaling up one side in our mind and exhaling down the other side. Okay, so let's do something a little bit more active breathing, shall we? This is again more like Kundalini, but I'm not doing anything specific, okay? So you're just gonna lift up and pull down on your exhale. Inhale. Good. So some people like this kind of stuff. 3 more. 1 more. And just feel the effects. So we didn't even do it fast, and we didn't do many. Generally, they do it for minutes, and also it's done very quickly. So that can be very invigorating. So let's just think about those kind of breaths right now. Okay, before we start, can we just turn? So I'm just doing whatever I'd like. You can keep your legs as they are. You can not let your knees bend. You can kick your legs out at this point and bend. You can turn to the back. Just do something this morning to see what you're looking like, right? And even maybe make circles with your arms as you come around, reaching up to the ceiling, all the way, stretching. So this to me is like an alternative to stretching in bed. That's how I look at it. 1 more. Take a seat for a second and breathe. So we're doing some things we did on Tuesday. So the quote today is, again, Louise Hayes, but it's pretty much up my alley, Byron Katie alley, Buddhist alley. I do not fix my problems, I fix my thinking. Then problems fix themselves. Does that sound like sometimes that's the right solution, or that's the right way to approach? Okay, so we're going back to this notion, and you can sit or stand. Get the notion of holding your pee. We were all here, so I don't know who's here holding the pee. So the first thing you're doing, and I don't know, is again, this is your ribs and this is your pelvis, right? So the first thing you're doing is you inhale, and as you exhale, you're just bringing the navel back and down, right? And after you do that, you hold your pee. So you inhale, you exhale, and then you draw up to hold your pee. Can you see that? And you can breathe, hopefully, but you may not be able to hold the pee very long. All right, one more time just so you get that. Inhale. And again, exhale. Pull up the pee. And you feel this is braced. Can you feel how braced that is? And release. Okay, so we're doing that. Or not. You don't have to do it. It's just an idea. We're doing that 90-90 here, and we're going to start working in this pelvic tilt and work the arms, and we do other things. So find your 90-90. And for people, again, whose backs don't sit straight, the spines maybe not as straight, or people's backs give them issues on one side, this is a good opportunity to play rock right and left, see if your feet push both feet, see if you have that down. This is not a position that we take very often, is it? And depending on your hair, you want to lengthen the back of your neck too. Okay, so let's practice that. Inhale, exhale. You can blow out your mouth. Hold your pee and push your feet slightly and feel how strong that is. Good, release. And again, exhale this way or with the nose. Navel goes back, hold the pee and push the feet in slightly. Look how stable you are. Okay, let's do it one more time and then we hold it and leave it there. Exhale. Draw the pee. And then really don't push the feet, but feel firmly planted. Great. So maybe you're not holding your pee, but you get this idea that it's drawn up. Now take your pelvic tilts like that. So you're just going to do a small pelvic tilt, like maybe 1/4 of an inch off the ground, not much, and down. And what you're thinking about is drawing your heels down to the floor. Draw the heels down to the floor as you do that.
Ooh.
Oh, I heard a ooh. Okay, exhale.
Really good.
Pull your pee in and then pull the heels down. Very firm and strong, right? Last time. Hold the pee, pull them down, and you get your booty activated too. Okay, so find a stable position. I don't want to dictate that. For you, it might be just pushing your feet in the wall. For others, it might be holding the pee. Arms up to the ceiling, palms facing each other. Now start to think about your shoulder blades a little bit. Release them and pull them into the floor. Just play with that. Stick out your thumbs, and we're just going to go right arm and left arm. So thumb goes behind you to the floor, and just feel what has to shift. Are your feet shifting? Is your back shifting? And then come back and try to do it with the breath. Exhale as you're going. Exhale as you're going back. Sorry. Most of us are not symmetrical. One of those arms are working a little differently. And just do that a few times. And you can even do just one arm if you'd like, if that arm is really giving you some trouble. Now notice you're bracing, not hard, but you see how firm you are still in your core. This is kind of what you want to do when you're doing weights or load. I think I'm speaking too loudly. You just want to be able to have this bracing when you're moving load. Now both arms if it works. Feel again what's required to keep that. Like relax everything. So again, I tilt my pelvis slightly. I'm sorry, I should have suggested that. But I tilt my pelvis slightly, like not even 1/4 of an inch off the floor. That braces me. Because if I don't do that, then lift my arms up, look how loose and goosey I am and unstable in my low back. Okay, how's that feel? So now let's come to our side and do a little bit in the handstand position. So was that hopefully a learning moment? These are learning moments, again, how you use your body. So the handstand you're working again more with the shoulders. So instead of working the legs and the pelvis, now we're working the shoulders. And I'm going to do it with bent knees, please. So the arms are poker straight, and the big middle finger is the one that's pointing down. That might be the only one touching the floor. And my knees are bent. So the first thing I want to notice is look at feel your shoulder blades. Are they moving away from the floor, or can you push them into the floor? And practice that. Let them go away from the floor and feel the difference, and then push them back into the floor and feel how stable that is when they're in the floor. We're not saying they're going to be there the whole time, but I just want you to see that. Last time, release and push them into the floor. Okay, you decide which one you want that makes you feel more stable, and then take tabletop knees. So I'm pointing my toes, and we're simply, again, going to drop one toe to the floor and then back. One toe to the floor, really pushing those arms, and back. Then go to the other. Is anyone's low back coming off the floor?
Yes.
Oh, no, then that's feet on the ground. Then let's brace. Tilt the pelvis, push the arms, and push the middle back to low back in the floor.
Okay.
So this is good. This is informational session. You see, you're noticing that you're not using your upper body or your pelvis. Now go back and just lift your knees. Is your low back on the ground?
Now it is.
Okay, now keep it there. Now use your arms. Press into that wall. And then take one toe down and back and the other. Is anything moving now?
Now it's more grounded.
Okay, everybody else? Anybody else feel different?
I can only keep it down if I have to keep one foot on the floor.
Yes, keep one foot on the floor. Just do one side. Absolutely, Lee. That's really important. Last one, people. Is anyone finding this ridiculously easy?
Ridiculously.
Yeah, that's where your strength is. And one more. And knees come in. Breathe. Okay, press the wall with the knees in and really, really lengthen the back of the neck. Really lengthen it. Now point the toes to the ceiling and stretch the legs straight if you can. Point, 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 and really push into the wall. So feel everything getting strong. If it's too much, Lee, just put one foot on the floor. Breathe. Okay, bend the knees. So knees are bent. Now we do leg circles. Left leg points to the ceiling and tiny circles, right, just circle clockwise or the other way. 4 times. And notice nothing moves. You're still working the arms, so nothing moves. This is like an isometric almost. And then the other way. If you need a break, take a break. Breathe. Bend the knee, same thing. So they're hip circles. So now it's just hip circles, bending the knee completely. So I'm just making, again, both my pelvis bones of both of the sides of my pelvis are on the floor. The other way. Take long breath. And if you need to, now put them both down. If you want to relax your arms for a second, you can. Otherwise, just go to the other side. So again, straight leg first, low back on the ground, arms poker straight, and take some circles. So for some of us, you're noticing what? That we don't use our arms very much. Other way. Some of us, you're noticing, wow, I am unstable in my core. What else is anybody noticing?
And one side is more stable than the other.
Yes, bend the knee, and we wonder why things happen, right? Circle the knee with it bent. And here again, try to keep both sides of your sacrum, both sides of your pelvis staying on the ground. And then the other way. So see, sometimes you have to get information before you can actually do exercises to help yourself. Last one. Okay, knees bent, and Lee, probably don't bend very much. Press into the wall, and you're just going to tilt the knees to one side just a bit, trying to keep as much of the sacrum on the floor as you can. Just a little, and then back, and then the other way. Notice if you're tilting your head while you're doing that or your shoulders. Are we good? And then release, rock yourself up and say, oh, I just used my shoulders. Yeah?
Ah,
You guys are so funny sometimes. Okay, staff at the wall. Now this actually is so Iyengar and it really can be useful. So you want to have a flat wall, at least for your heels and this part of your foot. If it's a wall that's like that, it's okay, but it's better if it's flat. And if you have trouble with this, take your legs a little wider. If this is trouble, bend your knees. Otherwise, we're looking for straight legs and we're looking to sit up. And I want to know if anybody feels that this is bothering anything. So what am I doing? I'm pushing my heels and the balls of my feet into the wall. My calves are pushing into the wall and I firmly feel both of my sit bones. Do you guys feel both of your sit bones?
yeah.
Okay.
And I don't, the top of my feet are not really pushing. It's only my
Right.
heel.
That's what I said. In some cases, that's the other idea. What I want to see is, can you get the backs of your thighs on the ground?
Yeah.
Everybody else, how are we doing?
Good.
Doing all
Okay.
right.
And now take your fingertips and just reach them to the wall without bending your back. Now, some of you, your bodies, are totally different. You can make a fist if you need to go forward more,
Oh.
but use your legs.
Ugh.
The legs don't change. And then come back. What did somebody feel?
Just tight.
Yes, Deb. So that tells you you're using a lot of this stuff and we need to use the legs. So again, push the legs back. Biking might be really good if you can get out there and then reach forward, because that uses the fronts of the legs a lot too. And release one more time.
Well, that was a good correction.
Lee, how we doing? Arms up to the ceiling. See how that works? Push down on your calves, Maureen. Push, 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 and reach the fingertips up. And look how hard that is.
Oh,
This again is where we need to have some strength. Breathe. That's why I'm saying maybe some Pilates would be good for some of us. And then release.
It's hard to get my lower back straight. Like it's,
Yes, yes. And that is, again, you could sit up on something, but I didn't want to today. I understand that, Maureen. So here's the tough one again. We're not even doing wall slides at the wall. So you're going to sit with your back at the wall. And I first just want you to see, everybody can put your bra strap at the wall, right? You could put bra strap and above at the wall. You may be able to put more. Now, everybody with shoulder problems, you're modifying. I may have to pull that thing down. So the first thing we're doing, so even Nan, is just put the elbows, try the elbows. And then I'm going to try to get more of my body there because I'm trying to not arch my ribs. What I just don't want to do is flare ribs, even if the back doesn't touch the ground, the low back, and open. So just see how much you can open. You don't even have to slide. Just see if you can get to this while not opening the rib cage. Is that possible, people? Good. Now, if this is possible for you, that's not a problem. Then you can just do your wall slide.
oh, that's hard.
Right. If wall slides are not, then keep practicing figuring out how are you going to sit so the rib cage is not opening. Because what you're opening is the shoulder, not the ribs. See, when we lift our arms, most of us lift our rib cage with it, which it comes a little bit, but you don't want to flare it. So now push your arms into the wall. So I'm almost squeezing my shoulder blades. Oh my gosh, this is work. Breathe, and I'm releasing. So just that might be enough. And then again, I try to push my wrist to the wall, try to push my bra strap to the wall. Breathe, breathe. And release. Pretty good? Okay. Here we go. Here's my little homework for some of you other people. Wall chair sits. Wall chair sits are so like kindergarten. You did these in such a low grade, but they're fantastic. So again, here I go. Watch me. I'm looking, if I can, for 90-90. I'd almost like you to go 90-90 and can't hold it. And the way you go into it is you get as low as you can, Maureen, You put your back at the wall. Keep going, Maureen. I really want this. And then when you're ready to come up, you just do that. And then you go back again. Okay, here we go. Ready, set, go. We're going to try to go for 30 seconds at a time. If that doesn't work for you, you know, you don't hold it. Do we feel it already, some of you?
Rug is slipping.
I just did 20 miles last night on the bike and got home at 8:30, so I definitely feel a little bit.
Tell me next time you go, I'll go with you.
Okay, here we go. Still got 15 seconds. So this again, and you come up anytime you want, but this is a fantastic exercise to do. I can barely see because I'm blind. 3, 2, 1, and push.
Wow.
Okay, so that exercise, hands down, right? Anybody feel that that worked for them?
What were we working? The quads?
Somebody else answer for her.
The quads, right? Okay.
Yes, yes.
Rug issues.
So Nancy says I can do 10 seconds. So you do 10 seconds 3 times. That's all you do. Shall we do one more? Let's do 10 seconds if you need to. We're going to do some stretching. Yes, Lee.
You don't need to do the arms if it's killing the shoulder, right?
Don't do anything with the shoulders and the arms. You could do a whole bunch of other stuff. And don't go 90-90 if it's too much. Okay, ready? Just 10 seconds. 1, 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, 1 for good measure, and come up. So that's 10 seconds. And if you did that 3 times, or you do 30 seconds 3 times, right?
Should you put your lower back against the wall or let it be curved?
Somebody else answer that.
Low back against the wall.
Good job. Okay, so let's grab some bands. Oh, no, grab a floor for the abs. So it's time for abs right now. I saw Lee bend forward, so it has to be abs first. Okay. Let's first do a little kind of baby Pilates stuff. So lie on your back, baby Pilates. Knees in, legs straight up. Anybody have trouble doing this? Low back on the ground, legs straight. Press the low back down and make micro. We're talking micro circles, micro. Notice you have to use your core for this. And we're not working on the breathing. Now, can you relax a little bit? We're still going one way. Micro circles, small and slow. One more. Knees bent, exhale, breathe. Pull those knees in quite a lot, quite a lot. And exhale, let's go the other way. So do you have point shoes on? Really point so it almost is not comfortable. And now go the other way. Micro people. Oh, which way is that? Okay, there you go. Yes, in Pilates, we go big circles, but I don't want issues with people's backs and other things. So we're just going tiny. So can you see how much this is working? Even the upper back or the stabilizing muscles. 3, 2, and 1. Bring the knees in. Let's rock and roll first, just to get the rounding happening. And again, rolling, trying to keep your ball. Try to keep a tight ball if you can. So to come up, I'm trying to use my abs. So if you want to go with me, I'll start here. I make a C shape on my toes, and I just teeter back. Come back up. And I teeter back. So I just keep a C shape. So I'm using more of my core by doing that. 3 more. And it makes such a difference if you're on like padding, you know, like gymnastics padding versus what we have. One more time. Good. Stay up here. Open your legs. And C-shape. C-shape. But not, try to see if you, and you can use a band, you can use whatever. See if you could just not hold with your arms so much. Make a C shape. And if you have to do it on the toes, great, hold here, wherever you hold, but make a C shape. Okay? Now, everybody's going to be different. Start to roll back a little more. If this is bothering you, Lee, is this bothering anybody?
No.
Good. Okay, a little more. Hold on if you need to. So you should be feeling a movement of the low ribs to the hips or the hips to the low ribs. One more time. Woo, get to your deep one. Chin down. If you can go one more, go one more. And then vertebrae by vertebrae. Breathe. Tabletop with the legs. And just for fun, think your head is connected to the shoulders so it doesn't bend. Your neck does not bend. Just imagine it doesn't. Take your breathing again. Inhale. Blow it out. Now bring the navel back. Hold your pee. And lift your shoulders and head up. But your head does not bend. Has to stay with your shoulders. Reach your arms forward and hold. 3, 2, and 1. Down. If your feet need to be on the ground, put them on the ground. That's fine with me too. Again, inhale first. Put your hands on your hips and your ribs. Exhale. All the way down with the navel. Hold your pee. And lift up the shoulders. Head stays with the shoulders. Arms can be forward. Hold. And down. Last time, just like this, then we're going to do it without this kind of micro stuff. Hold your pee, lift up. And down. Feet on the ground. Hands can be across the chest, hands can be behind the head. It's much harder. Same thing, we're just doing 10 of these, just like what we did, but I'm not cueing you to hold your pee or to tilt. You're going to figure that out. Ready? Shoulders only. Exhale. Don't think about the head coming forward. And down. So you barely touch the shoulders down. The head does not touch the ground when you go down. And if you need to, bring your knees into the chest. It's actually better for the low back, Lee, if the knees are up. Exhale. The head never touches the ground. Exhale, really trying to bring the rib to the hip. And let's try to bring the hip to the rib. Can you do that? 3 more. I lied, not really 10, 8. Last one. Hold, grab your legs, pull in, and rock yourself up. Okay, so I'm gonna try to instruct people that I'd rather you do that than when you're tight to do a forward bend. Instead of stretching like this, I'd rather you do abs. That will give you the similar benefit, but more stability. Does that sound okay?
Yep.
I'm talking to Deb, I'm talking to Lee specifically.
Okay, got it.
Okay, come on up. Let's do some upper body work, yeah? Okay. And you guys have to tell me, because sometimes I don't think, do the exercises help? Do you like these, etc. We'll go back to legs, but I'd like to do a little arms. So you can hold it this way, you can hold it this way. We're just opening. Okay, work in the back. You can stand this way. This is probably easier to stand or sit. So this might be better separating for the back. This is always better for the back. So here. So what am I doing? I'm pulling my shoulder blades together. So I'm not just mindlessly going through. I'm pulling the shoulder blades, imagining they're touching. Six. Hold the last one and pulse. 1, 2. Try to use your triceps. 5, 7, and down. We're not doing massive doses, okay? So you decide how you're going above the head. It could be doubled, it could be singles, because everybody has different bands, okay? So the action here is, is above. And again, I would stagger step if you have back issues, or sit. Pull back, and the head has to be back and up. Imagine you have a dowel. Pull back all the way and up. So watch me. I'm not pulling down like this. I'm actually pulling the band behind me and up. That's why stagger will help you. Obviously, you're pulling the band, right? And you can think about holding your pee as you pull, Lee, other people. It's not a bad idea. You know, that's the concept of these bandhas in that region in yoga, which they're supposed to happen naturally, but, you know, very often we have to, because we don't have very deep breathing. If you have very deep breathing, it happens kind of naturally. Inhale, exhale. Last one. Good. Do we have weights?
Yeah.
If you have weights, you could use weights or you use a band. We're going overhead. So if you're using the band, now the problem is it might, like we say, it might break. I would go like this, Lee. If you're using the band, because it needs to go overhead. So if you're going overhead, it has to be like this. Okay. So if you're using the band, that's what you're doing. If you're using the weights, it's overhead. Now you could do many ways to do it overhead. We've talked about this. This way is easier. This way is more difficult. You can also do legs, remember, and push. So again, we're just going for 10. Lee, we almost there?
Yeah.
Okay, here we go. So you can either just go up, or as Sarah's going, she's using a little squatting. Your choice. Squatting makes it easier to push up. It's more aerobic, and it's also easier to get up there. Here, you're really trying to focus, and you have to, again, everybody is doing it just this way. Watch your chest, no thrusting of the chest. 5, almost push your back into the wall, Maureen and Lee. Push the back into the wall. 6, 4 more. 4, 3, 2, breathing. Last one. Well done.
Wow, totally different when you push it back.
Okay, so Lee and me, Lee girl, you and me are like that. We just have to always almost be like this in our mind because we're just too much like that, right?
Yeah.
Okay, the push-up situation. So you have choices because what we're saying is these are actions that you just hands down need to know how to do. So push-ups, remember, watch my arms, just everybody do this. It needs to be like that. It's not like that. It's whoo. I mean, you really thrust and you lock these out. That's what you do. You lock it out. Okay. So choices are at the wall, knees bend, elbows bent, and push, and you lock it out. It's really a push. Lee, watch me. It's not a bouncing. It's lock the elbows and push your back to the back wall. That's the trick. Let me see it. Lock right there. Lock it even more, Lee, even more. Yes. Do you feel the difference?
Yeah.
Good. Maureen, lock. Get closer to the wall, Maureen. And I like it. Our friend Nancy's on a bench. Love it. Or you do it on the floor. Careful. Your name is Deb. Push the back to the ceiling, Deb. And your ribs. Yes. Don't go down. Right there. Don't go any lower. Don't go any, and keep your head up, Deb. So I don't know if you're ready for that with your body issues.
I'm able to do 10 normally. It's just my.
Watch me, Deb, but you're doing it more in
Okay.
the hip. And that's going to bother your shoulder. It's going to bother other things. How was that, people? Nice, much better, Tally.
What?
That looks much better.
Really? Thank you.
Yeah, Sarah, that looked good. And Sarah was focusing more on triceps. Did we feel that? Let's do a little shoulder circle here.
I went to the osteopath.
Oh, you did. You'll have to tell us about that. So
Yeah.
again, band, biceps, bands or weights, your choice. Okay. Arm weights, but if you're doing bands, you're doing bands. And again, seated or your feet can be staggered.
It's band you put under your foot, right?
Yes, that's good too. You can use that with the weights. And I love it. Nancy's got her ball. Love you, girl. The ball is so helpful. Okay, your choice. This is easier because it's more on the forearms. This one's less on the forearms, more on the bicep. Ready? And 1. And again, same thing, Lee. Even if you're sitting, push your back a little bit and sit on the edge of the couch. Breathe. Now, is your body moving? Can you not move your body at all? Your body doesn't move at all. Can you go back to holding your pee? I'm sorry, that's how I should have been instructing you. Or at least pulling the navel back as you pull up. The navel goes back. 4 more. 4, 3, 2, and you're going to hold it out halfway. So hold it out halfway. Palms are up. Hold. Again, pull the back, pull your navel back. Take it a little higher. And then go even lower this time. Last one. Hold. And release. Breathe. Okay, triceps, your choice again. I would either put your foot on something if it's more comfortable for the back. This is very supportive for the back. Or you're here, and you can just be here. And you can use the weights, the band as well, okay? Maureen, you're definitely gonna have to put your foot on something. And you're gonna have to, every time, everybody do this, navel goes up as you kick back. Navel up. Inhale, exhale, navel up. Navel up. Exhale, navel up. And you're focusing on staying out in the extended position for a second or two. A second or two there. And really pull the navel up now. 5 more. 5, 4, breathe. 2, and 1. Release. Okay, you can keep the bands, the weights for this or not. Let's just take wide squat. You can keep the weights and add them or not use them. To use weights, you usually put them, they're heavier here, they're lighter here. Okay, so watch, check your knees. Are they going over your second, third toe or somewhere around there? Okay, so here we go. We just go down, hold, and come back up, straighten the knees. Really straight. Are you guys looking at me? I really straighten my knees. I go down, and I straighten. If it's too much, don't do weights at all. And take a narrower stance. Lee, if you're feeling on the knees, do not do this. Come up with, we have other ones for you. Some of the ones I sent you. 4. Here, just do these. This is all you need to do. Because here it's at least just a little bit better, you're supported. Last one, hold at the bottom and pulse. 2, 3, 4, even more, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, hold it down, breathe. Shoulders back, chest
Nice.
back,
Oh,
breathe. 3, 2, and release.
it's hard to keep those
Okay,
out.
sorry, say it again.
It's hard to keep those knees out over the second toe. That's the effort for me.
Okay. Okay. I could give you guys, I have the green one, but having a circular band, I'll send you the information. Having some circular bands would not be a bad idea. This is just easy things to have because they don't take any room. Because then you could do this with the circular bands.
Mm.
Remember, we've done this. Grab your bands. We'll just do it for Deb. Grab your band. And if it's a light band, double it. No, it goes underneath. Underneath, over, and cross. Find a seat somewhere.
Oh, we sit?
Do we tie it or just cross our hands?
I'm just crossing my hands and putting it on my knees. Can you see that? I'm just doing this. Nancy has a loop. I'm just showing you if you don't. You should double it next time, Maureen. So all you're doing is opening. Can you see me, Deb? Open. I'm just opening the knees. So my feet are hip width or less. Can you feel that, Lee?
Well, this sort of confirms that my knee problem is all a quad and a glute problem.
And the glute medius, people. And Nancy smiles. Three more. 3, 2, see, this is information. Hold it wide, wide, and pulse. 1, 2. And again, if this is not tight, it's easy. If this is easy for you, it's probably because your band's really loose. 3, 2, and hold it there for 5, 4, 3, 2, and release.
Well, that's a good one.
So again, I will send out the equipment stuff. That's a good thing for you to get is a round band, yeah? Lee, you need to do your own legwork on this one. I'll give you the alternate. Everybody else, single, you have choices. You can do a single lunge. Hold on. We had the new one. What was my new one? I can't remember the new one. It's very funny. Let's just do this one. Split squat's safest. Split single squat is the safest. So it's just like this. And for those with knee problems or back problems, you lean forward and come back up. Whoops, might have to hold on. So you're just doing one side. So back problems or knee problems, lean forward and look at your knee. Make sure it's not wobbling and it's going in the right direction. Now this one's going to be more buttocks and knee. Can you feel your butt? If you lean forward, you feel your butt. And you come back up, Lee. So you lean forward, come back up. Lean forward, exhale. 3 more. You can still use holding your P as you come up. 2 more. Last one. And up. Did you feel that more in your buttocks? Okay, no. Other side.
I don't know my balance.
Me too, I understand. That's why we got to practice, Nancy. I totally get that. So Nancy inherently has the balance problems, but some of us, as we are aging in our eyesight and ears, we're definitely having a balance problem.
What
And
problem?
you know, balance.
Oh, balance.
But you know, are you squeezing your tush when you come up? Squeeze your tush. So I'm bending in my hips forward, Lee, to make it more in my butt than less in my knee. So notice I do this. That's an exaggeration.
That actually hurts more for me.
Okay, I need to be like, see you, Lee. That's the thing. So don't do it. 3 more, everybody.
Yeah, upright is better for me too.
2 and 1. Release.
So we shouldn't do this.
Well, we already said your hamstrings are tight. That's not stretching your hamstrings. Yes, if you do that, that's fine. Your back shouldn't be rounding so much.
Yeah.
Let's come to the ground because of timing, please. Let's do bird dog, please, and then we'll work on the other. So bird dog could just be legs. And again, if you're making fists here, you make fists. So let's practice first. Push the floor away so much that your back stretches. Can you feel that? Tuck your toes, just lift your knees up for a second and down 3 times to just get that idea. If you're using fists, Sarah, try to make sure that your wrists are not breaking. Last one. Okay, here we go. Extend the right leg back. Let's do this together. Now push the foot into the ground, the arms into the ground, and raise the head up a little bit so it's even with your spine. Now straighten that leg as much as you can. Squeeze the tush a little bit. Inhale. Exhale, navel back, and lift just the leg, not the low back. So nothing in the low back. Hold and down. So there should be no movement in the spine. Inhale, exhale, navel back, lift up. Point, 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 and reach. Poker straight, that knee really straight, and down. Is that possible? You can even look back and check. Is your leg straight now? Now lift it, and how straight is it? Point the toe. I don't care how high it goes. One more time, straighten that leg. Lift, lift, lift. And are you pushing the hands? One more time. Now balance, stay there. See if you can lift the opposite arm. Reach, reach, reach without tilting the pelvis or arching the pelvis, the spine. Breathe, hold. So can you lift the navel up, everybody? Round your back, those of us who have difficulties with our back. 3, 2, and child's pose. Other side. So what I'm after here is, are you pressing your arms and spreading your back and shoulder blades? What I'm after is when you extend the leg back right now, toe tucked under, is it poker straight? And now, like you could do a push-up. If you lift your other knee up, feel what that's like. That's what I want you to stabilize. Ready? Lift the leg without bending the back and straighten the knee even more now. And down, so it doesn't go as high. And again, navel up, push the back, lift up and straighten the knee. Some of you, this may be piece of cake, right? But a lot of us, it's not. And down, we compromise. And again, get your leg straight first, then lift. Because it'll bend even more if it's not straight when you do it. So for us who are weak, you should feel this everywhere in the leg. Do we?
Yes.
Okay, one more time and hold it there. Reach the other arm. No back arching. Now push the back to the ceiling, the belly to the ceiling. Breathe. 3, 2, and 1. Child's pose. You can stay in child's pose or take down dog, your choice. So if you need to stretch the backs of your calves and legs right now for a moment. And then come down. Okay, we're not doing outside of legs and all that. That's fine. Let's take a wide leg, seated. Hands behind. Okay, this is intermediate. It's kind of a stretch. It's in the Pilates system, and we're going to do a sort of what's it called? Bastardization of it, I should say. Arms to the side. Just twist a little bit, and you're going to reach the. We're going to the left leg. Reach your right arm across, and like you're going to saw off your pinky toe, and then palm in the back goes up. Palm in the back goes up and reach forward. So you can reach your pinky toe great. Some of us can't. Inhale coming up, especially with back issues. So Nancy's doing it. I think she's going a little too far, but that's okay. She comes around because it's not about chest to the leg. It's about really reaching, rounding your C shape. Palm is up in the back and taking a twist. Ooh, yeah, can't do that with my back. One more time. Go ahead. That's something I'm not able to do right now. Other side, I just can't do it, people. And then switch the other side. So that's a safer, for some people, a way to do the legs and the torso, yeah? Soles of the feet together. Come up closer with the hands to the hips. Press the knees down. So I'm really using my hands behind me to almost get those knees open. See, I'm almost lifting to really see, can I open those knees? Good, and then I can rock a little bit side to side. Okay, now open your shape, make it more like a diamond in between that space here. And you're going to, again, try not to bend as much and walk your hands to the feet and keep a straight back first. Some of you can bend forward if you'd like to, but I still want to see shape. Others, you're looking to just straighten. So rounding is totally okay. But feel it in the upper back and feel it in the middle back, feel it in the lower back, feel it all over. And slowly come on up. Take one knee in and see if this is okay on people's knees. And one leg straight. So how does that feel? Just notice how that feels. Now you can decide to keep the knee here, or you can decide to keep the knee way back. You decide what works for your body. We are going to turn our belly towards this leg. Inhale. And again, reach the arm that's with the leg bent out. And notice you don't have to bend your torso so much. You can just reach. You feel this in the where? Where do you feel this?
Middle back.
Upper back, and middle back.
Okay. Use the other for balance and don't go so far, Deb. So if you're feeling in the low back, that's really tight and you need to use your legs more, Deb. So push down your heel, your calf, your hamstring.
More my mid back and shoulder too.
That's fine. Sorry, but that's fine. Inhale, come up. Find the center again. Now you're going, this time, reaching forward without bending the chest so much, feel the groin. Now, if you're having issues in the knee, stop. And then come on up. Other side. You can go through 90-90 if you want. So trying to get everything down and just see what this feels like, even staying here for a moment. You can even just stay here or taking the opposite arm, twisting the navel toward the knee and just reaching out, not down, just reaching out. So this is, in a sense, like that exercise we did. They call it the corkscrew, but it's a variation half. Breathe. Can you breathe Ujjayi? And on your exhale, the navel goes back again. And all that means is you're using the diaphragm more. And the navel in this case almost might go down and back. And slowly release. Again, to the center, just tilting the pelvis, not so much the spine, seeing what that feels like. And slowly come up. Cross your ankles, this one. Hug yourself as far as you can. And I'm just gonna bend forward here with the hug. I may not bend very much or I bend a lot, it's up to you. Make a C shape and stretch between the shoulder blades. Inhale, come up. Switch.
Really good.
I know, it's so good. I don't want to leave.
Right, and that again is probably you two, because I don't think everybody else has that kind of release. That's, you know, so it's, again, information, people. And slowly come up. Right arm, take it more toward the wrist, not towards the elbow, more toward the wrist. So this lever gives it even more pull. This is easier in a sense. This is more difficult. So today I want to try a little more difficult. Obviously, make the adjustment according to your body needs, people. Other side, if it's too much, take it higher. But the lower you take it, the more you can get that stretch, yeah? So do you feel this on one side quite a bit, anybody?
Both.
Good, so that's great. Okay, let's go on our stomach. We didn't do any of that stuff. Bring your knee up to your chest. Just slide it up for a second.
This is very soothing.
Yep, and extend that leg. So we're gonna floss here. So you're just gonna keep it bent and then try to extend it a little bit. Keep it bent and extend it a little bit. And if that's not comfortable, don't do it. If you just want to rest here, you can rest. And switch, turn your head, go to the other side. Knee comes all the way up. So this is really a good resting position for people who Again, feel it in the,
Did you switch sides?
yes, I just did.
Okay.
And notice if you're flossing, one side might be tighter than the other. Okay, let's just do one little Sphinx pose or Cobra to prepare. Press your pubic bone down and lift your ribs off the ground. Lift them off the ground. Now go into Cobra. So keep lifting the ribs up and back. Keep lifting the ribs up and back. Breathe. Anybody feeling in the low back? Good job. If you'd like, close your eyes, turn your chin to the right. Breathing, exhale. Breathe. Still pulling the navel and the ribs back. Slowly back to the other side, exhale. And slowly come down. Cheek to the side, roll on your back. Bend the knees. Hug one knee into the chest. You can straighten the other or keep it bent, your choice. Floss that leg, so just straighten it to the ceiling and bend. You can keep the toe pointed if you'd like. Hold it straight. Where do you need to hold on to? So interlace so it's comfortable. If the knee bent helps, keep the knee bent. Now, can you soften somewhere in that hip, in that pelvis, in that belly? Deep breath. Take a number 4 or a cow face on your back. Very easy and relaxed. Close your eyes and simply breathe. Ujjayi, mouth closed. If your knees aren't stacked, stack your knees and go in the direction of your top knee. So go to the side in the direction of your top knee. Feel the twist in the hips. You don't have to go all the way, just a little bit. You're not going to the floor. It's not required. Keep your shoulders planted. You can even hold the knees with their hand. Just keep it there so it doesn't go so far. Big belly breath. Obviously, take it to the level you need to take it. And inhale, coming back. Make little circles, undo, and make little circles with the knees on the sacrum. Other way. And let's floss the other knee. So bring the other leg into the chest. You can bend the other knee or straighten. Almost there. Use this time to really wind down. Floss the hamstring if you like. It doesn't stretch so much for some of you. Maybe you need to let go of your grip a little. Maybe you need to bend the bottom leg. Deep breath. Number 4 or cow face. So you're filling the belly here with every inhalation, and you're letting go somewhere with every exhalation. Opening that knee to the side or pulling both of the shins out. Stack your knees, go in the direction of the top knee. You can put your foot on the ground and twist that way. You can pull your knees up and just hold it with your hand, or if you'd like to go all the way over, you can. Belly breathing. Big inflate, big deflate. Feet down on the ground, bend the knees. Just do one little bridge just for relaxation. Arms can be overhead just to stretch the front of the thighs. And down. Don't have much time, but you can just go for a plow pose. You can just grab your toes and straighten your legs over your head. Something to get a little bit of a stretching. So I'm just holding my toes and straightening them. Trying to get a little more of the back stretch. So some kind of a holding of the feet is really probably a good final. Or plow. Three more breaths. And roll yourself to the side. Come on up to sit somehow. So you can just go to your belly breathing, Ujjayi, or practice the breathing we did at the beginning of class. Or just sit in silence. Last breath. Palms together at the chest. Let's remember about problems, that it's fixing our thinking first. Inhale for Om. And take a deep breath.